Happy Friday, everybody. Stephen Howson, J Motty from Scotty and Motty. And RH is back.
RH.
Up the RH is back by popular demand.
I've got a brew.
Me and RH peaked too soon, didn't we, son? We had our brew
Ours is
half
gone,
an hour
mate.
ago.
Shotted it.
Yeah. Too giddy. Didn't forward plan.
How are y'all? You all right? How are you lot?
Very well. How are you, Stevie?
Sound. How was your Christmas?
Very nice. Bit different, but nice.
Why was it different? What happened?
Couldn't have everyone round, could I? Probably had a few people around, but couldn't have everyone round.
Well, I couldn't have everyone round.
Yeah, but I did. I'm not going to lie to you, right? Everyone had a few people
It's all right.
around.
Don't know. It's our little secret.
Yeah. We're not going to
Everyone's
tell
gonna see
anyone.
it anyway.
These lot won't tell anyone.
I'm not bothered if they do, to be
Yeah,
honest.
fair play. All right, James?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah? You excited?
For what?
For what?
I'm back.
Oh, for
RH
that.
is
Yeah.
back. We've made a signing. FA
Love it,
Cup.
mate.
I like the FA Cup.
Yeah, I know you do, mate.
It's
You're old
magic,
school
innit?
like me, aren't you? You like
Magic,
the FA Cup?
FA Cup.
Fucking Ray's right, Jay.
Yes.
Do you know what I don't like?
Yeah, go on.
5 o'clock kickoffs for the FA Cup on final day.
No.
Poor.
That's horrible, that.
Fuck your schedule for
Yeah.
Premier League games. FA Cup.
Bad
know.
decision making that from the
Make
FA.
the
to
FA
be
Cup
fair.
great again.
It's horrible as well,
Give
isn't
it its own.
when it's getting back from Wembley anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Now you got to do
when
it
it's
quarter
poor,
past 5.
especially if you've
Quarter past
lost.
5. Quarter past 5.
You've done them journeys, haven't you, when you've lost as well?
Chelsea, not long ago.
You drive it or train?
We were driving. See, that's another thing. If you go and film afterwards, forget getting a train. Forget getting a train. It's one of them. If you leave on time, you ain't getting a train.
It's
Yeah.
manic.
Horrible.
Manic.
So, yeah,
Game's gone.
Game's gone, mate.
game has gone.
Could have killed him, you know. Remember when Fergie said that?
Yeah.
He could have killed him.
Fergie, right? We love Fergie, obviously.
Fergie's
But he
the
said
man.
some belters, didn't he, especially towards the end.
I'm doing his book again,
Right.
near enough every night.
Good lad.
It's unreal. Great read.
You want it? In hindsight,
Great
5
read,
years on,
Go on.
his predictions about Nick Powell and Phil Jones, not so good.
I remember you telling me this the other
Not
day.
so good.
Phil Jones one's
Phil wasn't-
ridiculous.
Nick Powell won. If anyone's ever been a certainty to be a starter regular for England, it's Nick Powell. He's got everything. I'm quoting Fergie, by the way, if you want to start giving me abuse.
Oh, mate. What the Phil Jones, wasn't the Phil Jones greatest ever or something?
Yeah, the greatest ever centre half, was it?
So glad we got him.
Something like that.
19.
When's the last
Bro.
time he played?
Phil
Phil
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
Under Fergie.
Wow.
2014.
The gifts are good though, aren't they? The little his
Do you
faces
know,
and that.
He needs
The
to get off
belters,
the-
yeah.
he
He
needs
needs
to
to
get
go,
off.
mate.
he
He needs to get his
needs
coat
to
in,
move,
doesn't
doesn't
he?
he? Do you know what I
Get his
mean?
coat, mate.
I've just had a text here
Oh.
with someone saying, take care of our boy. But I was about to drop some potentially breaking news. So Ethan Laird is a Don, MK Dons.
Yes,
right?
I just saw that.
Done.
So I thought I'd try and find out what the crack with the team was this weekend. So I texted Ethan Laird and I was like, oi, any chance of you playing this weekend or what? And he put,
They're done.
off on loan me. So I put, fuck's sake, where are you going? This is 20 minutes ago and it's literally just been announced. So MK Dons is where he's going.
Laird, oh, what a player, by the way.
He's a quality player. Just had no luck, has he, from Laird with injuries and whatnot. I hope he gets a good spell there. I hope he gets a run of games because
He's fucking
He's
5-star
amazing.
potential,
Class, you
mate.
know.
5-star
Course, mate.
potential.
Course.
Honestly, I've had the privilege of working with him.
Oh, have you?
Mate, class
Yeah.
lad, class player. It's the potential's a
Athlete
joke, you know.
as well, isn't it?
Mate,
Have you ever-
rapid, you
How
know.
strong?
He's probably put me on the weights every now and again, but mate, mad.
Can we just give a bit of context there? Because there will be some viewers who don't know what RH does.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? So when you're sat there saying, I've worked with Ethan Laird, some people are going, what?
Ryan's a coach. Ryan
Yeah.
does elite. He also does United. He does elite one-to-one coaching, groups and individuals. Work with some people like Bruno Fernandes,
Eh? Never heard of him, mate.
some foreign muck.
God.
Fredge.
French.
Maybe need to get his money back on his shooting on there as well, actually, to be fair.
We won't talk about that.
All right, fair enough.
Delo.
Good lad, Dion.
Tons of the academy
Dion.
lads.
Yeah.
Dion McGee.
Dion McGee.
And yeah, there's
We'll get onto him in a bit.
there's a few agencies, isn't there, as well, that on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
low
Yeah.
bring a load of players in.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to talk about.
Nope.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that one later. Just not on camera.
So Ryan is obviously a coach, also coaches some of the Paddock lads.
Up the Paddock.
Mate.
Not going to take all the credit for where we are in the league because that's what I'm doing.
Right,
No,
okay.
Steve, it's all you, mate. It's all you and the coaching staff are doing a great job, mate. No, you are, seriously.
But yeah, so Ryan's a coach. So obviously you work with Ethan. I'm a big fan of Ethan. He's an extremely attacking fullback. 22 goals under 16s from left back.
Ridiculous.
Brilliant. Just the engine he bombs on, his deliveries are
Was
fantastic.
overtaken by a kid called Mason Greenwood towards the end of the season.
Who's that?
Nothing else. He'll never amount to much.
Do fuck all in the game.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, 22 goals from left back, just absolutely tearing it up.
Is Ethan Laird left-footed or right-footed? And
Right-footed.
Was it a case of him and Brandon swapping?
He's a bit of a weird one because
Cause-
he is right-footed, but
Plays on the
Yeah, he
left.
played left back
Yeah,
as a right footer.
Right.
And Brandon
Cut
played
inside.
right back as a right footer.
yeah.
And at some point, they both played right back and right mid.
Right.
the thing is with
Imagine being a left winger on that one up against them
thing
two
is
when you're like
with
16, 17.
Laird
Don't
was-
fancy that.
both feet's fantastic though. It doesn't really matter what side he's always putting it on a post.
But he come in on his left foot as well. He will come in on his left
Yeah,
foot
it's so
from right
comfy on
back.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such
Yeah,
a
they're
dead
He's
comfy, innit?
fantastic. The only reason that you've not seen him in the first team, because I think he's got a higher ceiling than Brandon.
Right, okay.
I was
Comfortably
surprised when Brandon got in the team before
it's
Laird, though, to be honest.
The best availability is availability in it.
Fitness wise as well, you know what I mean? Talking to young lads, what about the new man?
As is in the title, how good do we think he is? Well, we've seen 24 minutes of him in senior football. It's enough to make a snap decision on, Jay.
Well, we had
Go all in on it and never change.
We had Fabrizio Romano on yesterday on the tier one, and he said obviously because he's Italian, he's seen a bit of him and he's been speaking to the Atalanta lads, and they were saying he's amazing in training for the youth team. Like, don't be sort of.
Yeah.
He said he was surprised that United for doing it. It was a smart move, and he's saying that the Italian clubs were slow. He thought he'd go to Juventus, and he said he think they dragged the reels, and United got in there quick. And he
It's a
said,
lot of dough.
It's a lot of dough, not me, yeah. And obviously, I don't know, I've not seen him,
Yeah.
but going off what he was saying, he was genuinely excited and said, from what he's heard from people at Atalanta, this kid's got the lot. So we'll see, because he's just the great unknown in it for us. We've heard this before, but
That's it, innit?
makes sense.
It's surprising that, like you're saying there, that
Yeah.
United have got in straight away. Usually we're the ones that drag our feet, aren't we?
Well, on deadline day, it come up. The fucking Alma pronouncing that, Palestri, and and another fucking Traore in world football. Nice one. And
He's
it
got
was like,
he's got it, hasn't he? Has he got the COVID? That's it.
Palestri's got the
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel for him, man, because this could have been his chance, couldn't it, this weekend? I think maybe
done
be
well, to be fair
in the
to him.
squad.
He's
Yeah,
done well,
But
hasn't
when
he?
I looked at them, because we have to do some proper quick YouTube scouting of these lads here now. And from that, obviously, that's not enough to make a full-time decision on. But from what I was seeing of him, what people were choosing to put in as highlights, which I didn't think was very impressive, the two lots of highlights, Diallo looked like he was levels above Palestri. Now, Palestri's come here, looks great in
Looks
the
very
23s,
good.
but it's fucking 23s.
yeah, it's very difficult to gauge
That's
it
it,
from
yeah.
the 23s, you know. But
It's the tempo of the 23s football, though. We say it all the time, don't we? It's a little bit of a graveyard, isn't it, for some people, and the standard and stuff like that. I know you don't like it, Stevie, but it's one of them. It's better for Laird to go out on loan, in my opinion, and go and get first team
The thing
football.
is, as well, with Laird, some players, and Diallo might be one, and Palestri looks like he could be one, and certainly other players that have come through, the physicality from going from 18s to men's football is too much. I don't think
The
it is for
gap's
Laird.
crazy.
It's not for Laird.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's jacked.
Yeah, it's class, mate.
Fucking hands like that.
yeah, he looks like a big lad. I just hope he can get a run with it because he's had tough luck with injuries.
The
hasn't
thing is with him, he's a sort of lad that would go into NK Doms and just settle in straight away, the type of guy he is.
He's from around them parts as well, I think.
Mate, he's
Oh, is
a
he?
character, mate. He's a
He
cannon.
was from West London, I think.
he? Oh, is
Mate,
it?
he's megged me up a few times and ran round
Really?
the pitch, mate, and going mad. I'm like, no. What are you doing here? Go home, don't come back. Nah, he's a great lad. I wish him the best of luck.
Where do you think he's playing from? Left back, right back?
Right back, I reckon, if they play the system in terms of, like you're saying there, he likes to bomb on, he likes to express his delivery is fantastic. He's an attacking player, he's an attacking fullback.
But he's not a Diallo. He's someone that's got
he's got
technical-
both, he can do
he's got
both,
good
yeah.
technical defending as
yeah,
well.
he's so quick and he's so direct.
Because I've seen him at centre half for England.
Yeah,
And he
he's
did
played
all
there,
right,
yeah.
to be fair, as well. Not bad.
Yeah, positional right. Listen, his footballing brain's fantastic. Like you can tell that from what he gives off. He's confident and he's wishing the best of luck. Great move for him, that.
Maybe if he has a run, that might make the club rethink about. There's talk of Max Ira, there's a talk of Kieran Trippier, and maybe there'll be a rethink there.
Nah, I'm not having that.
I think there's something in it.
I reckon there's something in it, but with the Trippier one, like, it's one of them, like, if we look in-house, like we're talking about Laird, like, send him out on loan and maybe he's obviously the up-and-coming man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to go for the one that's in there at the minute and the experience, then yeah, fair enough, you go and get him. He's got great quality, Trippier, but... Does
he love... I mean, because... unless this is Ollie throwing the towel in on Wan-Bissaka, and to be honest, I think when you spend £50 million on someone, that's a big decision to say, actually, this isn't the right one. If that's what he is saying, I'm not suggesting he is. I'm just saying, you sign another right back, that's a question that's going to get flung at you. If you're going to go get Trippier, and he is a backup... Trippier. It's like French, learn it. If you go get Trippier... Was that Joe?
He's giggling there, Joe.
Child. Speaking of child, you want to see what he's wearing? He's wearing a romper suit.
Looks good.
No, he doesn't.
Looks fresh, man. That's the first time I've seen him in something like that. It looks good.
He does look good.
He does, doesn't
no, he
Jay?
doesn't look good, Jay.
He does. He looks fresh, doesn't he?
He's come in character.
He has come in character.
So give him credit for that.
Either way, if you was going to go and get Trippier as a backup,
Yeah.
why not just have Diallo as your backup? I think Trippier is better, but for a backup, I mean, honestly, he's good enough.
You've already got him on the books, haven't you? Like
Exactly.
he's gone to Milan. Like you said, me and you was talking about before about him. The style suits him a lot in Italy. It's slower. He's not going to get pressed out of his mind, and he'll have time and to express himself and put them crosses in and get forward. Every time I've seen him, he looks decent.
I think he looks great with the ball at his feet. I just
class.
think he defensively just needs a lot of work.
Yeah, and but different leagues, Premier League, it's all 100 mile an hour. In Italy, it's a lot slower, so he'll have time to adapt his body, and it's a great move. They're talking about making it permanent now,
imagine being like, obviously United's United. Milan's still a giant.
It's a massive
Cup.
club, innit?
Imagine
how old is he?
failing.
21, 22, and he's been at
failed. You've
United.
absolutely, and Porto. Just let's not be honest, they're not like some tin pot organisation.
Biggest club in Portugal, one of the biggest club in England, and one of the biggest clubs in Italy. By the time you are barely old enough.
AC Milan, like you fail somewhere and end up at AC Milan.
Not bad.
Take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%. Give me the ticket, I'm off. Know what I mean? Get me on that plane.
Right, I reckon it's time to keep the lights on in here.
Go on.
That's your cue, Joe.
Go on.
So, happy 2021. Spoiler alert. What's this on the screen over here? Never mind. Listen, hairy nuts are still gross, people. You need to step in the new year with your tree standing taller. I can hear him laughing. You got to shave your boys, lads. Manscaped is here to give you a New Year's resolution that you'll actually want to keep. The perfect package 3.0 is your below-the-waist grooming that you need to start off strong this year. You got clean nuts?
Mate, super clean, mate.
I'm not going to ask Jay. Look at his head. That's not a man
That,
with gross undercarriage, is it?
he loves it, doesn't he?
Come out of quarantine with clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 3.0. Its waterproof and skin-safe trimmer will reduce the nicks to your two best friends. The third-generation trimmer is even got a light so you can guide it to the promised land in 2021. There you go. I can hear him laughing. It's well off-putting.
It's very poetic.
Yeah, he's done well there.
It's also time to freshen up down there for the new year. You've got the crop preserver. What's the crop preserver, RH? I'll tell you what the crop preserver is. It's anti-chafing, ball deodorant, and moisturiser. Keep that sweet, lad. Keep the boys sweet.
It, mate.
You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why aren't you putting deodorant on your spuds? So now you can.
Very good
Great,
question.
mate.
They've also got the Ball Reviver toner spray.
The
Like
Reviver.
the sound of that.
Reviver.
Yeah.
Keep your balls fresh, lads.
Up the Reviver.
Yep, up the
The
Reviver.
Reviver.
Start new year with a fresh set of testicles thanks to Manscaped. Manscaped even
Up the
threw in
Manscapes.
their shared travel bag for us, so you can keep all your goodies stored comfortably. I do have said travel bag. It's nice. And they've also got anti-chafing boxer briefs. I haven't had these yet. But they're also included, and they'll bring your underwear game to the next level, Jay.
That's what we all need.
We're bringing sexy back in 2021. If you would like to get 20% off and free shipping, use the code Howson20 at checkout at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
Very good. That's
There it is.
So check it out, and
it's
here's
a
our
natural
job.
there, isn't it?
Link for that is in the
It is
description.
a natural, yeah.
There you go.
Speaking from the heart,
Love that,
that always
mate.
helps.
Love
When
that.
he's speaking about something he cares about.
His balls.
Shave your nuts,
His
lads.
balls. He takes it very seriously.
Shave your nuts.
I'm on it, man.
Nice.
You know me.
Listen, you can't go to the barber anymore.
No,
That's illegal.
done.
But do you know what's not illegal? Shaving your balls.
Well, there you go.
Got to put an effort in somewhere.
Now
I was
you
going
know
to say
how
I've
to
not
do
been
it,
to
don't
the barber since 1997, but I'll take my lad there, so it's not technically true.
All good?
Yeah, mate.
All right, what are we talking about now?
Is Diallo going to start in the first team?
No.
Right, okay,
No.
move on. No. What about the Europa League, perhaps?
Fuck off, Jay.
I think that's a valid question. We're not taking the Europa League that serious. We're not, though, are we? So who is going to play in it then? Because Diallo's not going to be a Premier League player for us.
Not straight away, anyway.
So,
But bed him in, won't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a Stana tackle. Don't look at me like that, Steve, because it is. You're telling me Ollie's going to go, hang on a minute, we've got this title-deciding game this weekend, but no, I'm going to play Pogba, Bruno, and Martial and Rashford for the game against Lask. Come on.
Nah,
We're going to be seeing the kids playing that competition.
That was good, that last.
Do you remember it? Tell me,
when
name
you
the
was
scorers.
wasted?
Don't help him. Name the scorers.
Pereira. What? Did Pereira score?
I think it's like you came out, you stupid for a minute. Went. It was funny because Pereira scored a decent goal as well, didn't he? And he sort of went, you know.
Was he wasted? Is that the one where he was
Mate,
wasted? Was he bad?
We were doing the thing after the game.
Might
and
be
then
the drunkest I've ever done
yeah,
on camera.
Really?
And
Might be,
it dawned on him by halfway through a sentence that we'd won 5-0.
Mate,
He was
I bet
talking
that
and he
fam
just
cam
sort of
was
went.
good, wasn't it?
I think he saw the score. He went 5-0.
What was the fam can like at the end?
Oh, do you know
Your
what?
eyes all over and all that.
Oh, hang on, I was wearing sunglasses outside, wasn't
Oh,
we
my
did the fan
God.
count and then we did the preview for the Spurs game because at the time Spurs game was going to go ahead and it was proper. It was that bad. Adam McCall was trying to get us on track. That's how bad it was. He was like, "Come on, lads, we've got to do our predicted 11." He was like, "He don't even know."
Stevie's
He
having none of
couldn't
it.
even name you 11 players, let alone a predicted 11.
Stevie.
Igalo scored. Remember that?
Good lad,
I
good
say
lad.
remember that. I saw like a gif of that doing around because it was sensational.
yeah,
was,
it's on a
wasn't it?
swivel, wasn't it? Boom. Yeah, I like that one.
Mason?
Yes.
Who else?
Now you're asking
You've
me.
done the
actually.
research. He's done his
he has.
research here,
To
hasn't
be fair, I'm struggling now. He's
I don't have it.
Have you asked me any sequences of play?
No, mate. It
Go on.
was one of them. It was funny though. It was a laugh at. Oh, there you go. We've got did Dan James? That was it. I knew you got
James.
involved. And
Matter.
one matter.
Wow. We scored that late?
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Matter's
what I
a
mean.
wizard,
You
innit?
sort of woke up to see it. I was like,
what was you
what's-
like, Jay?
what's
Was you
going
bad
on?
as well?
No, I don't drink them anymore. So I was sort of. Mac wasn't drinking. I wasn't drinking. He was
Just a
gone.
lone warrior
But he was
there.
funny. Yeah. So we was just watching the game. And every sort of 5 minutes a goal. And there was some worldies as well. Mason's was mint. Igalo's goal was mint as well.
Igalo's lovely.
Yeah. Even Pereira's was decent, I think.
Who was drinking? It was like me, Alex.
You,
Joe was
Browns,
drinking.
Joe
I
was
think, wasn't
drinking,
he?
yeah.
Like 3 bottles of rum in between. Not a lot of us.
When he says
Wow.
3 bottles run between us, though, he did
Yeah,
about
see,
one and a half of
he's
them
the main man.
to
He's
himself.
having
Yeah, he says
Lads are asking where the rum is, it's all gone.
between the 3 of us, we did 8 bottles of rum. The other 2 like sober. Like we've had a glass each. Steve, what you're on about? Steve's like 5-0.
Tranmere were bad.
Damn it. That's Diallo scored that one, didn't he? Scored a worldie in that.
Didn't Aaron Maguire score in that as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lingard scored, didn't
Is that the last time he played? Was, wasn't
he?
it?
Yeah, man, not wrong. Not wrong.
See, we just chose our games to get
Yeah.
twisted, right?
Yeah, you
I
did
think we
well.
got twisted for Newcastle as well.
The 4, yes, that was the 4-1.
So it
Was it?
wasn't that bad one, I thought.
No, you're right. Well, people like that sort of thing. Just not us, but the viewers did.
My kidneys don't like it.
Yeah.
I had a blood test and it was like, you might have liver disease. That's not good, is it?
Wow, that's deep, that. Wow, Steve, man.
Just drops it loud, doesn't it? Yeah,
Wow.
right, do you know what I
He's
mean?
not bothered, is
Oh,
he?
Blood
mate, I
test that
can't
came
fucking
back,
wait to die,
90% proof.
Fucking let's have it.
But going back to him there, I don't think he's ready for the first team.
We've got to temper our expectations a bit, haven't we? Because yes, he's obviously a talent, but he's played 4 games for the first team at Atlanta.
Yeah.
So he's not.
He's a project, isn't
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
not going
project.
to
It's a
come in
long-term project with him.
and start or even probably feature that much as a
and
sub.
This is the problem is that because, I think we said this earlier on the press conference reaction, because he's our only shiny thing for this window, very likely going to be our only shiny thing this window, people have just gone,
Yeah, hyped him. And
here's what he's going to be. But if you look how long it's took him to integrate Van der Beek and how long it's taken him to integrate Tellez,
why do you think it's taking so long to integrate them though? Like the Van der Beek and the Tellez. Why do you think it's taking so long
I think
to
COVID's
integrate
had
them in?
a part to play.
Right.
Because they're obviously the only players that we've signed with COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if Van der Beek's had it.
No, I don't think he has it. He just seems a little bit strange.
Tellers had it, hasn't he?
Well, you look,
Tellers
yeah,
had it, so that
Tellers had it,
explains
yeah.
him. But it's a bit confusing the way Ollie's using Van der Beek.
I think, Van der Beek won. But I think he spoke about this a couple of times, I know, and he said, like, he is a part of the plans. He's played a lot of games. I know he's not started a lot, but he's played about 14 games on it, sort of off the bench or whatever. 20, sorry, I've just been told there.
Is it that many? He's played about 800 minutes or something.
So that's what I mean. He's not like he's the forgotten man. And I think it is sort of build. And plus, look at where he plays and look who we've got there.
Yeah, I understand that.
You're all right.
No, I'm not all right. There's a comment here which says the FA Cup is a load of bollocks anyway.
Wow.
Outside now.
Well, it's not.
I'm surprised about that.
Yeah.
It's a magic, man. It's magic of the FA Cup.
man.
Cut me deep, man.
Best memories are from FA Cups.
Wow. Bad comment that. Who's done that? Don't even say the name.
You know you
Doesn't
are.
deserve it.
You know
Look,
you are.
balls.
Up the
Look,
average.
balls, mate. FA Cup rubbish. Don't like it.
No.
Save that until we get knocked out, and then you start saying things like that. Not when we're still in
Yeah,
it.
not
like the
still
FA
in
Cup.
it.
Big fan of the FA Cup, me.
So annoying, wasn't it, last season? So annoying. There for the
Wow.
taking.
We threw it in, and it's understandable.
I get
because
it.
You've got to finish high in the league. You've got to get European qualification. But Chelsea is shit, and Arsenal
Yeah,
is
it's
shitter.
disappointing. That.
Yeah,
It's
we
disappointing.
could have. But I'm with you. It was annoying that if we'd have had the league top 4 wrapped up, we'd have won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I'm confident that. But he had to gamble on one of the competitions and one of the games, and he did it in the FA Cup.
And
it didn't
unfortunately, it
Team
also
selection was
kind
a
of
bit bizarre that day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we threw
What's
it, didn't
happened?
we?
yeah.
For all
Like,
intents
was
and
it Diallo
purposes.
starting
Yeah,
and
it's
one
a
or
bit of
two
an odd
others
one,
waiting
wasn't
for?
And even the game, we was unlucky. To be fair,
De Gea didn't have a
there
great
was some
game.
shouts that we could have had.
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Was it? Romero was playing in every round, and
And
he
then
changed
he
it. didn't
changed
he?
it to De
Yeah,
Gea.
that was it. It's even with him and always talk. Is he gone now, or is he?
You talked about this on the press. So what was the script?
But like, what's going on with him?
I think they're going to let him go. Yeah.
To be honest, it's probably the right decision, but it's a bit poor the way they've managed it. Really, like if we're being honest, like
Yeah,
it just
it's
seems
a bit
a
weird.
forgotten
His
man,
missus was
doesn't it?
kicking off, wasn't she, on Instagram, by the way,
Yeah, but
being
she needs to
treated.
wind her neck in a little bit. Like that's embarrassing. He'll be embarrassed about that.
Yeah, you
Know what
don't
I
want
mean?
you don't want your missus going on social media.
No.
It's slagging off your
I think-
employers.
I think my missus has just put something now. I think.
Yeah.
Not me.
My missus has been in the comments telling me to shut up.
She's
Yeah.
draws knowing it, so you
Yeah.
expect that.
Oh, can we do it?
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
East Manchester.
that
East
one, innit?
Manchester's in the house.
He was hating before
South
the video.
American
I
He
don't
was-
hate East
He was
Manchester.
hating-
I'm
Comes
too
to
scared
mental.
to hate East
South
Manchester.
American birds are on
Hey.
a level with Drawsden, I think.
Are they?
Just
Is it the same,
something
similar?
like
Well, man, Salford. My missus is from Salford, so come on. You're not exactly talking about shrinking violets there. Do you know what I mean? It's all the same thing.
Wow, she's gonna have you for that.
It's literally probably the
Asking about a
least.
tattoo.
Don't.
I think I've heard about this. Is this a Fellaini one?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what I mean. This is how much say I
Yeah.
have in my house.
Yeah.
Right, you know, I found out that when she'd had it done off my
That's
mate.
class.
Yeah,
that, though, innit? You did that.
she had it on her finger, and I walked in, and as I walked in my kitchen, my mate messaged me and he said, "Have you been on social media today? We see what your missus has done." I thought, "Hang on a
Wow.
minute." And as I walked in, she's like in the kitchen. But she gaslighted me. She's
That
like, "I
is
told you I was
class,
getting
that.
it done. You just weren't listening."
Love it. Class.
Oh, 2 tiers in a bucket. Is Diallo better than Chong?
There's Chung. We forgot about it. Well, not forgot about him because he's gone out on loan. But I was.
I think Chong's pretty limited, me.
I
I
think
wasn't
so
impressed
as well.
with him in the first team when he's had these cameos.
you
I
expect
didn't-
more.
Yeah,
don't you?
I thought
Yeah.
the
I think
hype
that.
doesn't seem to be or he doesn't seem to be living
Yeah.
up to the hype. Sorry, but he's gone to Werder Bremen and he's been getting games over there. He's had a
He
few
started off really well,
Yeah.
didn't he? He's gone a
Started
little
off
bit
on fire,
quiet. Yeah.
but he's got pace. He's very direct.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
he needed some tricks. I think he needed the ability to beat a man. And I
Final
think
third expressing.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
kinda
very
lacked
like kick and run, isn't he? And he's very. Yeah, I thought that as well.
Because some of the games he came on, I mean, come on, at Old Trafford once. And he's a youngster, and I get it. And I'm not saying he's not going to make the grade, but he didn't have a good game. It was like for 15 minutes.
He's a passing job.
Yeah, and I thought when he got the ball, he just looked
Yeah.
like he didn't know what to do with it. And
Too
I was like,
safe,
it
just
was
playing
really
little
worried.
passes
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff,
worried
huh?
for him, and I hope he sort of
Yeah.
lives up to the expectations that we had for him. Because a couple of years ago, he was the one everyone was raving about, wasn't he?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't.
Well, when
I
he
know
won-
Mason's obviously different levels,
he won
but
either reserve or under. No, he won both.
yeah,
And I've potentially harshly, but I've said he did not deserve to win either of those. And it goes down now as when people look at his CV, they go, "Oh, in a team with Angel and Mason, he won Player of the Year at 18s, and then he won it next year in the reserves. This must have been some player." But do you know how many games he played for that? 12.
right. Okay.
6 in each year to
So
win
how's
that.
how's he managed that then? If he's played that.
Who
amount of
decides that?
games?
Is that the coaching
The
staff?
fans in it.
No, it's a public vote, I think. So
Oh, well,
guy
that-
with crazy hair is very
Bad trim,
physically
that, to be fair.
noticeable.
Do you know what? you might laugh, but it's true. Like a lot of the time, I'm not saying that's the only reason, but like
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard of him.
Yeah, Chong, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Gomez is doing all right, though, isn't he?
Over in Portugal,
He seems to have made a good start.
It was Mason when he was in the 18s, but they weren't giving it under 16 because he was playing under 18s, and that was political, and it was wrong because Mason was sensational.
Yeah.
And the following year, when he won it, it was Jimmy Garner that should have won it.
How's he getting on?
Is it Watford?
Is he playing?
I think he is playing. Yeah, I don't know. Let's pull that shit up for us, Joe.
He was getting recalled. Was Levitt getting recalled?
Is it? I hadn't heard that.
I know someone.
He's
was.
been at
Charlton.
Yeah, I was hearing it. I know that one of the keepers, I think, who was at Swindon. I forget his name.
Yeah, he's going up
I
somewhere
think
else.
John Sheridan was looking at.
Yeah.
Bring Kovar, thank you. Kovar wasn't. It was. I think it was. They were. It was John Sheridan said he was going to wait till the Wigan game, but the Wigan game got postponed. So
Two tiers in the book. It says, if you can't develop Chong, how do we know we can do it with Diallo? Well, it's almost like they're two different players. What does that mean?
If you, there's no logic. There's no logic to that.
Ben Foley didn't make it. Why did we fucking bother trying anyone else?
Exactly.
No, but there's different there's different types of players. Like we're talking about, Chong's very direct. This new lad might have a little bit of trick in his locker.
He does look like he's got a trick in his
You know what I mean? Like, so there's different ways of developing each player. You know what I mean? But
Kovar and Levitt have both been recalled. Apparently, cheers, Jack, in the comments today.
There's some stats there from Garner.
So he's played 22 overall, EFL Cup, EFL Trophy, 19 games in the league with. He's played 13, 84 minutes. He's played
decent,
like
that.
16, 17 games worth of 90 minutes, 3 assists.
Nice.
That's 3 yellow cards, actually. Or three assists and 4 yellow cards.
I don't know.
It's about on par.
I like him.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player.
I like him, but I don't know whether.
I think he's got a sensational attitude.
Yeah,
Attitude's good. Like passing range is fantastic as well. I think what they're trying to mould him into like a Carrick, aren't they? Like a younger version of Carrick.
I used to think he lacked a bit of range. Watched United against Liverpool in the Youth League, the Under-19s Champions League thing.
Yeah.
It was at Tranmere, and Jimmy just didn't have a spread in him. We played him in the 6, and this is when Nicky Butt fucked up here for me. He played Angel in the 10. Angel's not a 10. You got to get him on the ball.
No.
You got to get him on the ball and let him dictate play. And United was just out of the game until they moved Gomez into the 6 alongside Garner. And then he kept finding Laird sort in the final third at right back. And United started carving them open. But the ball was on all day long, and Laird, Garner either wasn't playing it or couldn't play it, or could have had a groin injury or something like that, because I know that sometimes affects it. I have seen him play them balls since.
I was going to say,
but it was on my mind for ages about him not being able to find them balls. And
could be having a bit of a stinker as well, you know what I mean?
Well, I saw him. I went to see the under-23s a couple of times, and he was like the star of the show.
I think I've seen him a couple of times. I liked him.
It's so difficult to sell, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Especially midfielders. I think that's one of those where...
It's good they've sent him out on loan again, though, to get that experience. It's good.
Same with Levitt. Levitt's playing... I mean, how many times he played for Wales at the minute? He's like
he's played more for Wales than he is...
Yeah.
Was it... Where's he go? Charlton. Yeah, I think
it was his first game where I think all the fans got on his back a little bit, expecting a certain amount of player, and it didn't go... I think he had a bit of a stinker, didn't he?
I like Levitt, me. He's not... I'd say his weakness is physicality. So he's like quite small, not very fast. He's got a Scholesiness about him in that sort of sense. He's also got a bit of bite about him, which reminds you a bit of Scholes. But when it comes to just like...
Scholes tackle.
Mate, it's legendary.
When it comes to sort of like the dictation of a game, confidence in receiving the ball, like his debut, he had 100 passes when he played in Astana. 100 passes. I don't give a fuck who you play for and what level. 100 times you get on the ball. That's outrageous. On his debut.
It's good. Yeah. That's what you need to do. Take the game for the scruff of the neck, can't you? And just get on the scene.
Yeah.
Giggs has seen that in him and gone, you can get my fucking team here for Wales. Yeah. Not even close.
Did he score did he score like a mad world, didn't he?
I don't know if he scored for Wales. Not in the men's team, at least. Not I'm aware of.
Sometimes you get a bit of grief as well, though. He's playing for Wales and Giggs is pitching from United, and it's like, oh, hello. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, he's really bothered.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I know
he was very close at 17, I think, to getting a call up. And I think he got an injury. And I was like, oh, that was your chance. He got injured, didn't he? It was obviously meant to have the Euros. And I was like, is he going to make it back in time for the Euros? Euros been pushed back a year. He's fucking got them Euros now, definitely.
I reckon so.
Let's see what some guys are saying in the comments. How do we start controlling games? We're well off the top 2 best teams in reality. I think we have been controlling games, and I think that's an interesting thing I think, why we've struggled against the top 6 this year versus last year is I think Ollie's trying to take the game to them a little bit more, and it's perhaps not quite hit the right sort of tempo.
I think, like you said there, Steve, last year was it in teams on the break, weren't we, using our pace with Rashford, Martial? I think he's trying to change the philosophy and trying to play. I was saying to you before, Jay, about the City game. Like the first half, it seemed quite open and it was a good game to watch, wasn't it? You know, both teams playing some good stuff. And
I thought it was fairly even first half.
In the second half, City just seems to raise their gears and you know, we got left behind. But dictating games, it's hard, isn't it?
You don't need to either. Guess what matters? Did we win?
Not saying that.
Yeah, that's it. You just want to see the team playing well and winning, but it doesn't always work out like that. You know the game.
It's almost like a little bit, not completely, but a little bit of a reversal from last season, where a lot of the time it was the smaller teams when we struggled against, and the big teams we had a great record against
blew
City,
them away, didn't we?
Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Did well against Spurs at home, particular.
Yeah, so maybe, you know, there's been a bit of a swing on that, and there's been a bit of a swing on this, maybe next season. And this is why you have to have patience with people when it comes to management and stuff like that, because they're refining it. They're making mistakes, and they're able to learn from
They're
them.
learning on the job as well, aren't
Of course
they? Like
with
everything, you make mistakes, don't you?
I mean, you know, my thoughts on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I just thought with things like Palestri and Diallo and signings like that, he's making long-term signings because he knows he's here long-term. And that's what I'm hoping for, because I'm with you, and I think patience and having a long-term strategy that involves the same manager. Yeah. Not someone, right, we'll get rid of him in a year and then we'll bring in, all right, Poch's gone now, whoever, Nagelsmann, whoever, and then we give him a load of new shiny toys, and then they don't work out 2 years later. We need a bit of that.
It's not cost-effective.
It's not.
The most expensive thing is a new manager that comes in, because Jose did it. You had a couple of shiny things that United fans, if I give you, right, I'm not going to tell you who they are yet, but if I tell them you in a sec, you're going to go, I'll sign them both. Memphis and Blind.
Yeah.
Obviously, Daly's had the heart trouble, but outside of that,
Memphis
you'd have been
has
like,
kicked on, hasn't he, since he's left United?
you'd have taken both, wouldn't you?
Of course you would.
So Jose comes in after the last manager signed both of them players. He comes in and goes, "You two fuck off."
Yeah.
You know, so
Literally
you
like
wasted
that
money
as
on
well.
them.
Yeah.
No, the way Ollie comes in and goes, "Fellaini, fuck off."
Yeah.
I think, well, that's it. That's football, isn't it? New man comes in, he wants to do it
Even
his way, doesn't
to a certain degree, Lukaku.
he?
Didn't fancy him, did it, really?
The thing is, we
Do you know what I
can't
mean?
get into that rut as well where they start like hiring and sacking, because it just becomes a laughing stock, doesn't it? Stick
Like
with
I
him.
said when you signed Jose, we are now this. So to go away from that is obviously going to be a painful experience to get that right and get you back on the track of what we're
stability
supposed
at
to
the end of the day. That's what we've been used to for so long. We were spoiled, weren't we? But
We were, and you know, I know it's not been perfect, but I think Ollie's doing a good job.
Yeah.
And I don't think if a managerial change had happened post Jose and between now and Jose,
nothing would be different.
I don't think we'd be like flying. I don't think we would. I think he's doing as good a job as anyone. I really do. And I think we should stick with him, show a bit of patience, and hopefully some of these new signings, including Diallo, can kick on.
Do you think we need more signings?
Absolutely. Recruitment's the most important thing in football.
Yeah.
No two ways around it. You know, the examples you can give, Leon won 9 titles back-to-back with 4 managers. Now, did they happen to appoint the best 4 available managers in the world 4 times? Or were they the best team in the league? I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
Did Manchester City just happen to work under Pellegrini and Mancini? Or were they one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league? Now, Pellegrini's gone to West Ham and he's doing, well, he got fucked off for David Moyes. So are you telling me that proves, potentially, if you'd have given David Moyes a team like City, he might have been able to win a title?
Yeah. What areas do you think we need to strengthen, though, in the team?
Attacking, defending and playing for him. No, I would say...
Cheers, Steve. Just
It's like David Moyes answering it. We need to improve.
He set me up for that.
Remember that one from Moyes? We need to improve on our defending, passing, shooting, and moving the ball.
Do we need wingers?
Yes. And I would say at the moment, I think we've got wide players, wide forwards,
but not out and out wingers, though, are they?
You need a guy that's going to create chances. And if you're not going to get Sancho, and I think the money on the ticket for Sancho's astronomical and probably a bit too much to be sensible,
is it?
I'd go with someone like Amad Traore, because I think even though he hasn't scored or assisted in a year, I don't think it's an issue. Because I'm looking at his game, he's still creating chances, he still puts the ball in the right sort of areas, and he's the kind of forward that he's trying to create for others. Tony Marshall gets the ball, he's going for himself. Marcus gets the ball, he's going for himself. Cavani, he'll fucking stab you in the neck to get something for himself. Mason Greenwood ain't passing that shit, he's going for himself. I think you've got to have people that are there
half a yard of shooting, innit?
Looking to create. The people
We've always had it though, haven't we?
I'm here to create for you guys. That's it. And I think Bruno does pretty well like that. But I think there's got to be a bit more of that in the team.
We need a bit more creativity, don't we? Like you're saying about Bruno there, his back must be hurting at the minute with some fans are saying
that is the worry in it when he's not turning up or if he's tired or whatever for whatever reason.
He's tired.
Who else is well you look for an explanation, don't you, because he's so good that if he doesn't give you a 9 out of 10 you're asking why, and it isn't because he's just he's not good
it's
enough.
funny though when he has a bad game, everyone just instantly he's tired and this and that. Listen, he's had a bad game.
You can't criticise Bruno.
You know
It's not allowed.
I've seen it sometimes.
He's tired. That's the only explanation you're allowed to give for Bruno. You can't say he's had a bad game. He was knackered.
He was
because
tired,
he's working so hard.
He's also played like every fucking minute available since he arrived.
I blame the coaching that's going on.
Honestly, this coaching that's going on is unbelievable, you know.
Do you know what I
Just
mean?
check it out on
running
the social media
running him
platform.
into the ground when he should be taking it easy.
No, all finishing, and that's why he scores goals, pens, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to look at the videos, guys, just go ahead. I'm sure Stevie will say that in a minute.
Doesn't even score any pens, Ryan. I don't know what you're on about, mate. He's
the
never
Ryan
took a
Hopper
penalty.
Hop. That's what I was saying. The Ryan Hopper Hop. Listen, I seen you on these watch-alongs. I wonder what RH is thinking here. RH has got his feet up there going goal.
I've got the text ready to send when he misses.
We just had a text here off Ethan. He says, "Gonna get some games and come back a world beater."
That's
Love
what I want.
That's the attitude for me.
Rightly so.
Love it, mate. Love it. Great attitude.
We got a super chat off Peter Kelly here, just to take it to a different direction. Imagine social media in Doc's first year. RIP the Doc.
Yes.
Let's Law go on a free and then gets relegated.
I don't think if there was a social media, I don't think he'd have survived.
Not a chance.
I actually think, imagine social media in Munich times. 5 years. You've had 5 years, Matt.
Do you know what though? This is even right. I'm not trying to be funny, but Busby finished second 5 out of his first 6 seasons. Imagine that. People would be going.
Yeah, everyone's
he ain't got it.
He's a nearly man.
He ain't got it to win us his title. You know what I mean? You're right. He's a nearly man. He would have been, wouldn't he?
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like we keep falling short. We need a new manager.
What? So you coach the Army? You think you can coach Manchester United? It's fucking different, mate.
That's the sort of nonsense that come out of people's
He should stick to fighting Nazis.
The youth teams won 5 out of 5. Well, you've done fuck all with the first team. You'd be a youth coach somewhere.
That's what
you don't know fuck all.
Honestly, that's the nonsense that come out of people's mouths.
But you've even seen, like, here's another thing as well, which people just do not want to admit, right? The league is less competitive. People go, look. It's factually less competitive. The top teams take more points from the bottom teams than they ever have done. It's done this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The bottom teams are further away than they ever have been. Now, people go, well, what about when blah, blah, blah beat blah, blah, blah? Right, okay, cool. 50 years ago, that happened every week.
Yeah.
The spread from first to bottom was this bitch.
It doesn't. The thing is, though, mate, it's like with every manager that we had, things don't happen overnight, do they? No. You know, we don't have instant success like it happened with Fergie, didn't it?
The 50s and the 60s.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Mark Robbins scored that goal.
We saw the closest thing you could get to social media in that Pete Molyneux went and painted his bed sheet and held it up. He couldn't have Twitter, so he held it up. And no one told him to take it down or kicked off of it.
There was no fights.
No,
it was
people
in case
like,
money.
yeah, I think so. And it was like, yeah, look, you're right, sort of thing. Yeah. So, and if anyone doesn't know what that sign said, it said
3 years of crap.
Still crap. Terra Fergie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 years of excuses.
Yeah,
it's
that's
still
it.
crap.
Thank you.
Fergie.
Yeah,
but this is what I'm saying. And looks out. Look what happened with that one.
Fergie saw that and thought, I'll teach you. Listen, Pete Molyneux.
But you know, in the 50s and 60s, you'd get away with like one title in 6 or 7 years and one FA Cup in 5 or 6 years. Because it was so competitive. It was like American sports, where it's a different winner every single. There was not really any dynasties that would win time and time and time again. I think even Samat, with modern standards, just you've only won an FA Cup.
Yeah, you get a lot. You get a lot of that on social media.
You're right, mate.
You signed Dennis Law for a world record fee.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or winner, and you still can't win just an FA Cup. Fraud.
It's mad, and you're right, because if you look around them times, how many teams that like won the title then finished like 7th or 4th or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Or someone else.
No one was consistent.
Yeah, it was so difficult for someone to in those times.
11 players, Jay.
Yeah,
mad that subs and all that.
They had one sub, didn't they?
Oh, mate.
You would have done it like Clough did it with 12
concrete
players or
ball.
something like that.
Playing with a concrete ball.
I think
as
Clough, was famously like kept the same 11 week in, week out. Some of them didn't even train
Madness.
because they were getting on a bit. He didn't let them train.
He was good in, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Cannon.
Ross Murphy dropped in a super chat. Cheers,
Hello,
our
Ross.
kids. Always in here, Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We hired
Ross.
Darren Fletcher in's coaching staff, but we should sign a set piece coach. Every time we have a corner, it's always McGowan. We could do more. Why not? Like, you look at Liverpool, we all took the piss. I definitely took the piss. They've hired a throwing coach. These are the small, like, if you look how inefficient throw-ins are, they're shit. It's such a waste of time, throw-ins. Well, if you've got a routine at a throw-in, and I actually, because I'm a fucking nerd like this, I looked at what is he coaching at these throw-ins, and it's a lot of rotational stuff. It's a lot of dragging players through space to pick someone up, to create a bit of a gap for you to throw it to this guy. Even at top flight, how many times do you see a foul throw?
It's embarrassing. I hate
insane.
that.
It's ridiculous. Isn't it? You
It's
see it all the
petty
time.
amount,
Like,
So just
find
2 or
yourself
3
on the
options.
TV like doing it.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
2 or 3 options of what you're going to do at a throw-in just calms you down a little bit more. You can then build on it. I took the piss, but actually thinking about it, if you're not doing that sort of thing, then it's fucking gross misconduct.
Even like you've got a throw in and you're looking at your midfielders and stuff. If they're not showing for the ball, there's problems, surely. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're right, mate.
and
to be
getting on
honest
the
with you,
ball.
I don't know our exact record, but we don't score a lot from corners. And
We
concede
switch
a lot.
off
We
on set
concede a lot
pieces.
from
We switch
corners,
off.
and we don't score a lot.
So there's got to be a guy. I guarantee. In fact, I follow a guy. I think it's called Cam on not that one. There's a guy called Cameron that I follow on Twitter, who is a set piece nerd, and he's like, "Here's the shapes that everyone did in the championship this weekend." And you're like, "You're a fucking nerd," but let me have a look.
Yeah,
You
I
love
love
that
all
stuff,
that.
Yeah, fucking right,
fair
I
play
do.
to him, man. Do you know what I
Paddock
mean?
is shit at set pieces. I want to try and get us fucking better.
Yeah.
So I would hope
All
if
the
I'm
Paddock.
doing it, someone's doing it at United
Yeah.
and going, well, "What the fuck is
But
everyone
you
else
say-
doing?"
They should go through that on the team shape though, on Fridays and stuff like that, set pieces and stuff.
Well,
on
they obviously
patterns and-
do, because when they're bringing a sub on, they're all like,
Yeah,
"There you go.
you love all
There you
all
go.
the
Here's where you stand and
Yeah.
push the
Do
ball."
seem
Don't
to
work
be
on
though the same mistakes, certainly defending set pieces. At the front post.
Well, we seen it
We've
the
had it
other
so
night,
many
didn't we, with the
times.
Stones goal?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as it's gone over the lad's head, Maguire's in no man's land. Really. I don't know whether we do zonal or man
don't-
marking.
yeah.
It didn't look like
neither.
it didn't look like we was doing
Yeah.
any, really, did it?
No.
So it's a good question, but club should be doing that anyway. Like
When
in
one
detail.
goal wins you a game or loses you a game, the fact that we're so shit. If we was like we never concede, but we never score, I'd fucking take that. Or if we always score, but we're pretty shit at them, I'll take that. But being shit at both of them is just not
It's
acceptable,
frustrating,
is
isn't
it?
it? Set pieces, conceding off set pieces.
I
is
guarantee
very frustrating.
I guarantee Big Sam's grafting. Like, I bet he's gone into West Brom and gone, "You lot are fucking turd." But we're going to score goals at set pieces. Guarantee it.
And I'll get you out of this.
And I bet he do.
Yeah.
Now, whether he keeps them up or not,
Big ask.
he's gonna score goals at set pieces.
Got track
I guarantee
record,
it.
though.
Do you know what I mean? No, it's just frustrating because historically United, a last minute corner,
Yeah.
99 for example.
so sure.
Oh yeah,
Boom.
you know what I mean? You fancy us for it now.
Yeah.
Oh hello, oh Maguire's headed it over. Oh hello.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Maguire
We don't
gets
look
his napper
dangerous
on
off
every
this,
No,
though,
single
do
I'm
we?
not
Don't
just
look
digging him out
dangerous.
because it's not just him, but we just don't. You're right. We don't look
Massive head,
dangerous.
though.
He gets onto every corner though. He
Yeah, he
wins
does.
the header and he just doesn't
Does.
ever direct it on target.
Yeah.
Now, 2 options there for me. If you're a coach, you go, cool. Maguire always attracts the markers,
but-
and maybe that's the issue. Is he's our only threat, so he's our one that gets double, triple marked.
Yeah.
So you go, cool.
Yeah, but that
Pogba.
should get space for the other lads
Bingo.
to then.
So you go,
Pogba's
right.
good in the air.
Yeah.
That's almost
Yeah.
goes under the radar,
Yeah.
but
Say,
he is.
right, Pogba,
Yeah.
what I want you to do is I want you in between the penalty spot on the front of the stick, and I want you attacking this, and Maguire's going to take all their players away.
Yeah.
Because they all mark him.
It's mad though with Maguire though, because in terms of, he always seems to be there, doesn't he? Like always seems to be getting his head on everything. But his technique when he comes to edit, like it's not the best, is it? Like he
even-
closes his
even
eyes
face
or
on
it's
it.
his face.
Even when
or
he's not
something.
that tightly marked, and I did say I wasn't going to dig him out, but I've gone down a rabbit hole.
Oh, you started now. So you
Like
finished.
against City, there was one header where he wasn't that tightly marked, and he just headed it wide and high.
There was one where he
And you're
headed
like,
it.
come on.
They had a chance where he come over and he's headed it up rather than like. And I'm thinking, does he head it to the side? Wan-Bissaka's there.
I
He
think-
can keep the ball. Like it's just intelligence.
I mean, to be fair to him, he's been portrayed as this guy who scores loads of goals with his head. And I was looking at his record the other day, and he did that in League One, was
Yeah,
when he scored
Sheffield
5
United and
goals,
stuff like
and he
that.
hasn't done it since. He's like 2, 1, 3. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he scored against Panama or Tunisia or whatever for England, and
But
against
when you play
us for Leicester.
Hull and you get 2 corners a game,
Yeah, but still, there's
and you play for United and get 15, there's a difference.
You need to make them count.
He's still like, he scores loads of goals for England. He doesn't. I think he scored 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah.
Against,
But for England, he was knocking them down for Harry Kane.
Yeah, but it's not even like you going back to like we have 15 corners. It's not even like the deliveries are necessarily bad. Sometimes the delivery is very, very good. You know what I mean? They put him in the right area, but then it shouldn't just fall down to Maguire. You've got like Bailey and you know what I mean? Like, he's a cannon. He should be just throwing his head at it.
Pogba. There's some big units
big
in
lads
there.
in there.
Even Bailey ain't small. And if he ain't getting his head in it, he's going to get an overhead kick on it.
Mate, he'll do a scissor kick him. He's mad, him.
I was saying this before on the press conference. If you wanted a bit of Big Brother techers, like, no, I know they're both from Ivory Coast. That might mean they like each other. That might mean they don't like each other. If one's a Scouser, one's a Manco, whatever the equivalent is from Ivory Coast. You don't know, do you? But imagine you go to a club and there's a guy that you want as a big brother.
Put your arm around you.
Eric Bailly's one of them, isn't he?
Yeah, he's class, isn't he?
Because, imagine, let's say he plays tomorrow, right? It's his debut. Someone goes through him. Say Tom Cleverley goes, I'll let him know what Old Trafford's all about. Deeney goes through him.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Eric Bailly come up to him and be like,
nah, not on my watch.
Yeah.
And Deeney come out and said something about Bailly. He said something like he's hard to play against.
Yeah, I think
he's just said he was a nightmare.
He's a nightmare.
Rambino's got a super chat. Thank you very much. Says Sky Sports hyping Diallo as an ex-superstar. Of course, it's United. That's it's news. They hope we know this.
What do you think about tomorrow? The way they'll approach it. Do you reckon they'll rest players, or do you think they'll take it serious?
I think we got to.
I think there's going to be a bit of a mixture, but I think we've got a squad where we can kind of get away with it now. Do you know what I mean? I think if you bring Van der Beek and say Matic and
if Van der Beek don't play tomorrow,
something wrong.
I'll fucking get him a move because this is taking a piss.
Mate, get him on the foot. Paddock will have him, won't they?
20 minutes off the bench.
Yeah,
not 4 minutes off the bench. I'll give him 20.
20.
Imagine that.
But even that, though, even that is
gone from
embarrassing.
United cameos to Paddock cameos.
Like, imagine that, and I'm not being funny. Like, he probably doesn't even get his bonus for coming for 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it's embarrassing. Keep your coat on, mate.
It's one
you know
of
what
them,
I mean?
He coming on.
Get his bonus for it.
Yeah,
it's after the 85th minute or something. You're unlucky, mate. You're not getting your bonus, but come on for 4 minutes.
Do you hear that about Warnock? He'd get to like the 80th minute or something like that and be like, right, who wants to give me the bonus?
Really?
No way.
Mate,
I'll bring you on if you give me your sub bonus.
Really?
Yeah, that's corruption.
Did he actually?
No, it's in his book.
Have you seen a bit about temping bowling? Where he took them all temping. He said we'll do a team sort of bonding thing. We'll go temping bowling. And the lads are all like, right, all right, if you want. He says, well, come on, yeah, big team bonding. He said, all right, then. He said, do you want to make it interesting? 50 quid each in the kit. So they're all like, yeah, all right, we'll have a bit of that. Put 50 quid in.
He got his own ball off.
Yeah, they turned up. He's got his own ball. He's got his light shirt on.
The kingpin.
He's got one of them wrist things. Yeah. Oh, fuck this.
Starts polishing his ball.
Yeah. So he just cleaned up.
Not bad.
Hey, I tell you what, it comes fitting with that advert that was on polishing his balls. He should have got some of that.
Get a bit of Manscaped.
Yeah.
Manscaped, 20% off. Free shipping.
Up the RH.
Warnock's mad, you know. His book's a hard read.
Is it?
It's a hard read. Because he never got sacked anywhere for anything he did. He's been sacked about 47 times.
Really?
And he's like, it wasn't my fault.
Oh, was it like Alan Partridge? I had the last laugh tackle.
Oh, it's bad.
Funny.
It's bad.
He's mad.
It's an hard read, that.
Yeah.
It's interesting because obviously he's been everywhere.
He's been everywhere, hasn't he?
In every scenario as well.
I wonder how many times he's doubled back to somewhere. And he goes for an interview, like, all right, you've been here before. He's like, I thought it looked familiar. He rings up. I see you got a manager advert out. Yeah, we sacked you. Okay, bye-bye.
You've still got the company car. We need it back.
Have you seen that clip for Sheffield United when he's in the change room?
He's just effing and effing and everything.
Oh, it's funny that. Muscats and all this going mad he was. Stick one on him.
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he? He is a full-on Brexit
cannon
manager, yeah.
Funny. Love it, mate.
All right, give us some questions in or we're going to fuck off home.
Get the questions in.
Pretty sure RH used to polish his balls before hitting the valve.
Is that what I do? Who's put that?
CR7.
CR7. All right, Ronnie.
Ronnie in the chat
in fairness, he can deliver one hell of an inspiring speech. Yeah, because he's mental.
Yeah, he can, to be fair. That's what that video is. They compared it to Pep's and then they compared his, mate. His was well better. Like, Pep's done going like this and he's just hitting the nail on the head with his.
Well, the thing is on these speeches is like, this isn't your any given Sunday moment.
No.
Imagine, put yourself in a dressing room where he's doing this. He'd be like, So what we do in second half then?
Yeah.
It's a great speech, but
Yeah.
what am I
You
doing?
need someone to get in your head big time, don't you?
you
And
go-
get you riled up.
Yeah.
He can do that.
That motivation
Yeah.
is a thing,
Yeah.
and sometimes that is a thing. But do you know what wins more games? Like technical points, you're marking him.
Definitely. Yeah.
I want you to attack in a certain
Yeah.
way. We're going short. Like these are the things that are winning fucking games,
Yeah,
not
that's it,
Braveheart
that's
speeches.
That's the details, isn't it?
Yeah, like do you think Fergie was giving Braveheart
No.
speeches? Or was
Keane-
he?
I reckon he was giving both. You know,
Keane says it in his book about, I think it's, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's about Jack Charlton. He says that the times when like Jack Charlton was lauded as this amazing manager, but he said half the time his half-time talks were just bluster. And he said at United you get
the
advice,
detail.
technical, we'll want you to do this. Like you're saying, you're marking him
That's
or
what
you're,
win
do
games.
you know what I mean? And he said at
100%,
half-time
I
at
agree.
Ireland it'd just be like, oh, give it all, get into him and all that.
brave
It's like,
ass.
Believe it.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
all right then, I'll try a bit harder now, thanks.
Like, if you got to put yourself in a scenario looking up at some guy just fucking shouting freedom and
Yeah.
just being like,
yeah, what you doing? You
What?
don't
Yeah.
sit down.
who am I marking?
Apparently, like Busby's very good
Who am I
one at
marking?
not saying a lot, but saying something that meant something. Do you know what I mean? That makes
Heartstrings,
sense.
bum.
Stepney's shirt over the top there. He's got a couple of stories of both in European Cup actually. And I'm sure he's got more, and I'm gonna absolutely twist his ear off at some point and get them all because I want to know what football talk by
That'd be
Matt
good,
Busby
that.
actually is.
Be a good interview if you could do that.
I've had him on twice.
Have you? Yeah.
They do 3,000 views because no one gives a fuck.
But we
they're
do.
amazing.
Yeah, I watch them. Yeah, it's
They're
true. It's
amazing.
mate,
Yeah.
you think like
This-
this is
this
the
video
greatest
better
thing
get
ever.
better views than
Someone
that.
from the 68 final,
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
that saved you, but you
And it
saved
doesn't
you on
get no
1-1,
views, no.
and no one cares. But we're like,
Buzzing with it.
I love him. Like, he's like my fucking
like
second
an
granddad.
education,
Oh,
innit?
it's amazing.
and he is quality, isn't he?
Yeah.
Stepney, I've met him a couple
Yeah.
of times.
Fucking
He's a top
great.
guy.
He goes, so two of the sort of Matt Busby team talks. So what score was it in Bernabeu? We losing 2-0.
I
Half
think
time.
was it,
Bernabeu, semi-final.
but we'd scored one at Old Trafford, hadn't we?
Yeah,
And it was
so-
like
Away
we're only a
goal.
goal behind, weren't we? And it was like,
So it's like, whatever. We're behind in the Bernabeu. The greatest team ever, Real Madrid.
Yeah,
He said the players will come in, they're all fucking fighting. Busby sits down, lights a pipe. For 14 minutes.
What it doesn't say, but it says
Just
what?
looking around, just smoking. And he
For
goes,
that
and in
last
this
minute.
time, everyone stopped arguing, sat down and just looking at him. Now that is genius man management, because the temptation must have been to panic. You got to think of the emotional state Matt Busby's in. Semi-final, at this stage, I lost the team 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I lost the team at this stage 10 years ago.
His head be all over, wasn't it?
The fact that he was able to probably overcome the craziest emotion